your criminal defense lawyer has a better chance of fighting and beating that DWI case. It seems like anytime I post a video about the chemical test that someone is asked to complete whenever they're pulled over for a DWI. These chemical tests obviously include a breathalyzer, sometimes include a blood draw or a urine sample. And my advice has been from the beginning, you should not submit to a breath test, a blood test, or a urine test voluntarily if you've been pulled over for a DWI. Always in the comments section, I see comments about your license will be suspended. You have to submit. It's a crime if you don't. And some of that is true and some of it is not. Here's the important part. There is a criminal case for a DWI, and there's your license and your privilege to drive that is governed by the state of Louisiana. Those are two separate things. If you are arrested for a first offense DWI and you refuse the chemical test, you now have an open DWI case and you have an open driver's license or driving privileges case. And they happen at the same time. The DWI case, this is where the refusing the breathalyzer is important. Because by the time an officer asks you to submit to a breathalyzer in Louisiana, you've already been asked to complete field sobriety test, you have already ridden to the station, and you're already sitting in front of an intoxilizer. If you submit that, you are giving the officer and eventually the district attorney's office one more piece of evidence that they can use to convict you. And it doesn't matter if you blow below a .08 or above a .08 or right at a .08. Because even if you blow below a .08, .02, .01, .04, .07, that officer is still going to arrest you for a DWI. And in my experience, the prosecutor is still going to charge you with the DWI, even if it is that .01, .02 result that you could get just from having a half a glass of wine or a half a beer at dinner. But what about the driver's license issue? Yes, if you refuse to submit to a breathalyzer or other chemical test, and your driver's license is in fact a Louisiana driver's license, it can be, and in fact probably will be suspended. But what's the difference? It's that over here in your criminal case, you are not giving the state, the prosecutor, the cop, any more evidence to be used against you in a criminal case. Therefore, your criminal defense lawyer has a better chance of fighting and beating that DWI case. And it's a lot easier to have your driver's license privileges restored than it is to have a DWI conviction and live with that for not only your driver's license and your insurance, but also for the fact that you have a DWI conviction and a criminal record. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video, and thank you to the more than 2,000 people that helped this channel get from just 100 or so to more than 2,000 subscribers in basically a weekend. We now have our sights set on 10,000 new subscribers, and if you want to be a part of that, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit subscribe below and ring the bell, hit the like, so that way you see more content from my channel and other creators like me.